visit alliance.mt.
Imiss tidħol fit-tank Tereza Bugelli. Tereza se tagħmel talba partikolari, se titlob li Sharks jinvestu fit-trak tal-pastizzi mhux f'Malta iżda fil-Kanada.
I am Tereza Bugelli. I am a proud Maltese woman born in Canada. So I was raised in Canada, and as a child I grew up feeling like my culture wasn't represented. When there would be culture diversity programs in my school, I would represent Malta, but nobody knew where Malta was. So I would, bring the globe to them. I say, look on the globe, you see? And I'd show them. And then still, it felt like my culture wasn't being represented. So it was at a young age that I realized that I had to make it my mission to make Malta well known. So what better way than through food? So the offering of food and pastizzi being one of the cultural niche foods of Malta, I brought it to, Canada. It was in Canada before, but I am the delicacy distributor of pastizzi. So I created Mama Malta Pastizzi, and I provide a delivery service for pastizzi. So I actually found...
Back in Canada, right?
Yeah, this is in Canada. So in Canada, in the Junction in Toronto, there's a little Malta village. So that's where a lot of the Maltese people will flock to get their pastizzi and to have a taste of their culture. So I was living in Malta about 10 years ago. Had my 3 children over here, and then for about 2 years we lived here, and then I moved back to Canada. When I moved back to Canada, I was just like, I need to get my pastizzi fixed. So I went up to the bake shop in Toronto, and then as soon as they found out I was going to the bake shop, my relatives were like, well, if you're going to the bake shop, get me some. So I ended up stuffing a bunch of coolers in my car and then filling it up with pastizzi. And then when I got back, my cugina said to me, look at you doing pastizzi delivery. And I was like, it's just like, and that's where the concept came from. In Canada, food trucks, street food, it's booming. It's a booming industry. With the pandemic too, a lot of people veered away from restaurants. So they would go to the food trucks and, get their cultural niche foods. So you see samosa trucks, Jamaican patty trucks, you see. And then whenever I would go to this, I'd be like, where's Malta? Like, where's the representation of Malta? Okay, so my ask, you need to know my ask. So my ask is 100,000 euros for 10%.
Oh, wow.
That's my ask. The food truck itself is gonna be $25,000. The pastizzi oven, and there's pictures of everything too that I'll show you. So that's basically the breakdown: the delivery vehicle, the cooking accessories, the licensing fees, the insurance liability, marketing, product stock. So in Canadian dollars, that's what it totals to. The conversion into euros is at the price, so rounding off to the ask that.
Stop 1 second.
Yeah.
Just with the valuation of a business at €1 million for a food truck selling pastizzi over in Canada, I'm out. So I'll leave this for you 4 to look at.
All right. Okay. You'll see why it is as soon as I go through the projections. I'm sorry you're out. So we did the projections there at the festivals, and I would do 3 major festivals per year.
So can I stop you for a minute?
Yeah, sure.
So this festival will be attended by 100,000 people?
Yes, so I'm only going to go to
Are they all Maltese? No.
Sorry?
Are they all Maltese?
No, that's the thing.
So how can you assume that 75% will come and buy pastizzi?
Because it's a cultural
I love pastizzi, don't get me wrong.
Yes, but the thing, that's the thing, it's a cultural niche food, and people, as soon as they smell it coming out of the food truck too, they're lured in. So we have that one, and then we have the food truck parking. So there's food truck alleys where people park their food trucks, and then they just visit and they choose a selection of products. So this is an example of one of the food trucks that they have, and this is the Empanadas food truck. And it's increasing. It says that's back in 2018 at 354 million. But now it's increasing over to 80.4 billion in 2022.
You produce them there, the pastizzi? Or you export it?
No. Okay, so we have the producer of the pastizzi. So
from Malta?
In Canada, they make pastizzi. Yeah, so that's why I did the delivery service of the pastizzi.
Okay.
At, getting it at 7 and selling it at 12 and making a profit. But now it's selling by the pastizzi. Mm-hmm. So that's why the breakdown now is greater, because you're selling it per piece, not per dozen.
You came up with a very sweet presentation, and it's great to see that there's so much interest of a local product back in Canada. But you are giving an evaluation to your company of 1 million euros. When you are evaluating, how are we going to manage to get a return of our 100K?
Within the first year.
Okay.
Yes.
Can we get to the bottom line? How much sales would you do? What are your expenses? What is your net profit?
Okay, we'll go back to that then.
You said it, right?
No, it's the sales.
Cost only and sales.
Huh?
Cost and sales.
I'm just finding it difficult because you had all those logistic costs, right? And they added up to less than 100,000 euros. So we're going to be paying for all those costs and get 10% in return of a company that realistically hasn't done any sales in what we're off,
And
you know?
isn't even in
10,000.
Malta.
What you're asking us to do is build your infrastructure in exchange for 10% of the company. I think that's a bit la-la landish, So I'm out.
I have to be honest, you took something that's already on the market and tried to make a business out of it, which I don't see as a bad thing. I think it's a very good thing for you. But I cannot invest in all the assets of a company and get only 10% return of it. So unfortunately, I have to be out. I'm sorry, you're such a sweet lady, but...
It's okay.
So if you have €1 million sale, what is your cost on the €1 million?
What are you left with? That's what you want to get.
Huh?
What are you left with at the end of the month?
So what profit?
The cost per year?
To see what profit we are left with.
Yeah.
This is the total of 1,020,000.
Yeah. Total cost is
Okay,
170.
all right, here we are.
Okay, there you go.
So that's
So the total
factoring
cost,
everything in as far as...
including the pastizzi and all, 17,000
Yeah, the product,
dozens, okay?
the fuel cost, the insurance, licensing fees.
So it's 800.
Yeah,
1,000.
so
And you're putting in the staff welfare and everything, the salaries, it's all there.
yeah.
You too.
It's the, yeah. It's in its
But
early
the numbers,
inception.
I mean, the numbers look great, because
We should all be setting up food trucks in America. In Canada, sorry.
Canada.
I'm sorry, I'm going to have to pull out of this. Mark?
It's a long way to Canada to come and check on the business, but if the numbers are correct, if you're making 170K cost with a turnover of 1 million, profit is huge. So it's
Yes,
a
it is.
non-brainer.
Yeah. And if you compare it to anything that else is going on that's similar, like the samosa truck, like their profits are huge. I'm just saying it from my perspective. Malta needs to be there. Malta needs to have pastizzi. It's just, I feel that we have this food that needs to be shared as well. And, I have dual citizenship. I can come back and forth as I choose to. So it's not like, I'm always available.
And you will operate this, right?
Yes.
Yourself.
Yes.
Come on, Mark.
If the numbers are right, and we will need to go through them, I would be very happy to make you an offer. So I would be happy to put forward 100K Of course, the investment will be on my name until we make sure that I recover my money. But I would be asking for 40%.
How much, sorry?
40%.
40?
40.
Okay.
I'm very happy that someone made you an offer.
Yes, no, I'm doing it for Malta. It's like,
That's one of the reasons,
yeah.
actually.
Yeah, because I've got my honors degree in psychology. I'm actually a mental health counselor too, right? But I do virtual counseling, so it's, I can still do
I
my
have some
profession.
cousins in Toronto who can come and
See,
check on
and
you,
that's
don't
the
worry.
thing. It's
So do I.
it's the connection to Maltese and Maltese Canadians, because we're underrepresented, and it was really hard growing up and feeling like I'm an invisible minority because you don't know where it is. It's just so it came down to my passion to bring Malta more well known, so people know, and through the food.
So you have an offer on the table, 100K for 40%.
For 40%? For Malta, yes, I will accept.
Well,
Take it. Well done.
hey. We're in the pastizzi business. You told me you'd never do food.
Well done. Well done.
Well done.
Mark, you told me you would never do food.
That's the real
He's not doing good, he's doing business.
Playing mind games.
No,
Thank
thank
you.
you so
Thank
much.
you.
I really
Bye-bye.
appreciate it.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Good luck.
I'm speechless.
So you're going to own 60% of this business.
Yes, yeah.
You're still happy with that?
Oh, I'm still very happy because, as I was saying, it's about the representation of Malta in Canada, which is more important. That's priceless, right? Yeah. So I'm very proud and happy, and my children are going to be.
So after meeting Mark too, and him saying to me, it's not just pastizzi, because with Mama Malta Pastizzi that I've been operating for over 10 years, I have a ton of other products that the Malta Bake Shop offers. It's bringing in Maltese products in the one food truck. So when I did the profit value, I was just gearing it on pastizzi, saying a customer would have 2 pastizzi and then this would be, your profit value. So Mark had said, no, we have to go back and relook at these numbers, because the more products you add, the more profit Mama Malta Pastizzi would be able to make. So yeah, that's one key thing that I'm excited to actually go back and do the numbers on those. So the plan is to go back to Canada, and I already have connections for people who will retrofit food trucks, and then I have to let the word out that we're actually, because a lot of people are waiting for this. I've already contacted some music festivals and seeing where we can park. There's also like food truck alleys in Canada where you could park, and going mobile and setting out a route for where Mama Malta Pastizzi can go and start selling pastizzi. Canada, here we come, Mama Malta Pastizzi.